this has happened.
Yeah.
Was there a preceding one? Like, was there a moment, you know, when you were shooting, or was there a moment where it hit you, like just how, you know, huge the impact you would have is on the world?
It was really funny because we were all so nervous because we didn't know how well it was going to do. You know, especially Matt. Like, the weight on his shoulders was quite considerable, and then shooting 11th Hour was great because it felt. We knew how good the script was. It's still one of my favourite episodes. I think it's brilliant. I think it's a brilliant piece of television. It's directed so well by Adam Smith. I think it's, you know, really, really good. So there was a moment where, because you're filming, you don't really think people are going to watch it because you can't think about it. You just have to think of what you're doing at the time. And then we watched a really, really early, rough cut of it with Beth and Piers and Stephen, who were producing the show at the time, in a flat in Cardiff, and Matt and Karen just sat watching like every time we were on screen. Oh, it looks so stupid. This is horrible. Yeah. I think that happens a lot with me, because it's just like, I can't bear watching myself in anything. Listening to my own voice. This is like, if I was in the audience, I wouldn't, you know, be doing that. So it's, I don't know, it's kind of unbearable, but then you realise, that was when I realised that, oh my god, other people are going to watch this. And then, you know, when we went to the first screening, and you see people really engaging with it. You know, the first people who come up to you in the street and go, "Are you Doctor Who?" That's kind of like, oh wow. Yeah, that's kind of. It wasn't one defining moment, but yeah.
Go back to the crowd. I gotta go to this side of the room. They're in a duck costume from the looks of things.
Cool. What a kind question, thank you. We're really annoying my friends at the moment with this idea that I can dance, and so I can't at all. My girlfriend can really, really dance well, and so I can do drunken me when I dance, which is generally this. You have to take it very seriously. I call it the spaghetti dance. And it really annoys all my friends who are trying to enjoy themselves. So, it's like to my hilarious life.
Wow. Slenderman, I think.
That, you know, it's terrifying.
It's the silence.
Oh, excuse me.
Laughing.
Your thoughts on England's World Cup campaign?
We're really, for a country that prides itself on, a country, it's anger inducing to it. A country that has one of the best football leagues in the world. You realise that it's only because we've bought all the players from abroad. Yeah, awful. But as expected, you know, let's stop watching.
Back to this side. Way at the back, I see Loki.
Which alien is your favorite and why?
I really like the silence because he's sitting right there. Because I like the psychological element of what I think it's genuinely scary rather than, you know, just someone in a suit. It's a real scary idea behind it, and I think it's really clever.
Maybe we'll go back up top. Let's see, a hand right there. Above you, there. Oh, come back, not you.
Yeah, you know that question was awful.
Yeah. There's 3 people asking questions.
Everyone, all months. We should go to the other one. Sorry, what was that? I can't hear you.
If you were to play.
Your voice has got higher!
If you were to play.
How would you play
So
that?
slow. What?
I'm sorry, I lost control of this. This isn't my way.
Shouting at me!
Alright, you're trying to reiterate the question, right? Okay, we'll let her reiterate.
The question was, if you become a doctor, and if you can quality was a doctor, the doctor who become. But.
What's the end of the question? I got the beginning.
How would you play the doctor?
Oh. Dunno.
And we'll go back to that first lady.
If you could play in any other.
Oh my god.
There's a lady right in the balcony, right there in the dark shadow. She just threw her arms up. That's who I was going to, and then we'll go back up there somewhere. All right, first things first.
Okay, if you could play in any movie, what would it be, and what character would you play in that movie?
Wow.
So, dream project.
A dream project. Have you guys seen Brazil?
Yes.
I always wanted to play Jonathan. I mean, I wouldn't want to do a remake because that film's perfect. But if I could have played any part in any film, it would have been Jonathan Price's part in that. 'Cause I think he's brilliant and he's amazing. Yeah, I'd love to be in a Muppet movie. My friend Zach Levi just did some stuff for Sesame Street, and I was like, yeah. So yeah, that'd be cool. And then other things that are serious. Yeah.
All right, and there was the other lady who kept trying to get a question out there. Yeah, go on.
Don't apologize.
No, there's three girls right here to the left, and the middle one of the three. Go for it.
What's the stupidest thing you've ever done on the set of Doctor Who?
Well, both myself and Matt were fairly clumsy. Just breaking things endlessly. Stopping filming because you pulled the handles off a door. Yeah. There's times on, I had to be in a hospital on the pirate episode. On a slab, and I just kept falling asleep. I had to be like, nearly dead or whatever, so that's fine. But yeah, there was a lot of broken stuff, and I just hurt myself a lot. Injuries.
I think I'm
Is
gonna
that
stay,
fine, actually?
I'm gonna stay down here where I can keep a sense of things. Right there. Yeah.
If you were the doctor and you could choose any fictional character to be your companion, who would you choose and why?
Did you hear that?
Yeah, great, because I've given that a lot of thought. That's a really good question. Right, okay. Who would you have first? And then I'm going to think while not listening to your answer. But no, who would you have?
I would choose Rory.
Oh, wow. So would I. Because that could lead to a lot of hilarity. Yeah. Who else is there?
Marty McFly.
Marty McFly? No, he's too close.
Doc Brown.
Yeah, Doc Brown, he'd be great. That'd be a good crossover. Why is that? Sorry?
Apocalypse history.
He's just far too terrifying for me to listen to.
There's an epic rap battle between the Doctor and Doc Brown.
That'd be good. You guys should write it. Don't stand on Don't.
All right, there's a gentleman right there, glasses, blue shirt. Yeah.
Mine were a serious question.
God, I can find this in a serious question. Shh.
A large audience, right?
That was a great lead.
So celebrities usually have a large audience, so they're able to point their views out to charities or organizations that you have a heart for.
Yeah.
So recently I saw that video about Patrick Stewart, how he supports women who are violence against them, and also veterans who are coming back with post-traumatic stress disorder. So my question is to you, what organizations, charities, or things in your heart that you follow and want others to support as well?
There's a children's charity. That's a good question. There's a children's charity in Birmingham where I'm from called Acorns, who do some amazing work. And we do a fundraiser every year, apart from last year, at Christmas time, with some mates of mine for that. And then there's a couple of children's charities, basically play work with kids, and I think I work for a charity called Play Pods, who provide play expertise for kids in school to help them, and a couple of other do some stuff around Amnesty, so, and other bits and pieces. But yeah, those mainly.
Thanks for giving back. Great question. Okay, hold the camera up. We're ready. Yep.
Rory dies a lot. So, how would you like to go?
I would like to be mauled to death by a grizzly bear. Because if you're gonna go, you may as well go in a hug. That's how I go. Thanks for the question. Please not soon. Please not soon.
Never heard that question before. Let's go over there.
Besides Matt Smith, what doctor would you like to be as a companion?
Wow. Good question. I'm making this up on the spot again. I haven't thought about this, but I think Tom Baker would be quite fun. He's hilarious. As long as my character could be the one who just laughs, that'd be great.
We got time for a few more questions.
AJ, there's a little one up here.
What?
Oh, hey!
Let's go to that one then.
Shh. Huh?
Are you afraid of Darvill?
Yeah, I am absolutely terrified of Daleks. Are you afraid of Daleks? They're scary, aren't they? Thank you.
Great question. Great question. Oh, you're directing me over there. All right, sure. The person pointing at their own head at this exact moment. Yes.
What's your impression of Matt Smith and Karen Gillan?
I do not do an impression of man. And my impression of Karen. Well, oh, she used to speak like that. Which is what Karen's going to sound like when she's an old lady. But she really is. Yeah, that's it. That was what we spent a lot of time doing. Yeah.
I'll go right there.
Broadchurch was amazing. What are your thoughts on them remaking it as an American series?
Good question.
So yeah, there's a thing called Broadchurch, and they've remade it. I think it's a thing called Grace Point. With David. In the same part. It's in the same lines with a different accent. And I reserve judgment until I've seen it actually, because it might be really, it could be great. Because I think that, it's what happens, isn't it? For some weird reason, why not just anyway? But if it's going to happen, I think the people involved are very good, and I think, you know, James, who directed the last series, he's directing this series as well, so it looks the same, which is good, maybe. I don't know, I hope it's different, because otherwise I don't see the point, but I presume it will be different. Yeah.
Alright, we're gonna go. There's another little girl with, looks like a fez on and a pink dress.
When you go onto the set, do you ever get like freaked out because there's like bad, I don't know,
Do the monsters scare you?
Yeah. Yeah. I did get quite scared. It's scary enough walking onto a set that Karen Gillan's on. And that was cheap, wasn't it? Part of me died inside when I said that. I'm really sorry. But yeah, it's pretty scary. They're everywhere.
Well, let's wrap up on this. Just overall, what message do you have to all your fans here in Toronto who came out to see it?
Thank you very much. I'm slightly overwhelmed by having you here.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thank you. It's really, I find these things slightly overwhelming, and you know, it's very humbling. So thank you very much, and I look forward to meeting a lot of you in autographs and photos and everything, and around. Do say hi and put some clothes on.